Alright, so to get started, stock BPM, I usually like to go 90 to 124 or so, but, do whatever you want. Now, most good R&B songs start out with a nice chord progression, and then everything is kind of built off of that. And I am going to show you how to do a really nice, chill chord progression that you can feel free to use. But I also want to show you kind of a unique way to make your chords sound really like nobody else's. So first, let's start with the simple stuff. I've got this chord progression right here, and don't worry, I'm going to break down how you can make something similar. So this chord progression is very simple, and R&B is really just all about the vibe overall. And in a lot of R&B chord progressions, what I notice is that there's a decent amount of repetition as well as just a little bit of space between the chords. If we take these chords right here, obviously these are repeating themselves, but then at the end I left a little bit of space, and that just kind of allows the beat to breathe and creates a little bit of movement by taking out the sound there. Now, to actually build a chord progression like this, it's really simple. So we'll just take all of this out right here. All you're going to want to start and do is, I would just start with the bottom notes or the root notes. That's really going to be the easiest way to do it. Play something out like this, and then have the last two kind of change up a little bit. Then you're just going to take the bottom notes and basically move everything up 7. And then you just have to decide whether you can use minor or major chords. A minor chord is going to be right here. So you see 2 spaces in between here. I want to duplicate it, so I'm going to go with that. So that one works. So this is going to be a major chord. And you can just hear whether or not it works. And then that one works as well. So let's give it a listen, and then I want to tell you a few ways you can sauce these up. This is maybe a little bit more of like a darker kind of R&B. If you want, you can add 7th chords or 6th chords. Let me just show you kind of the difference. So if we just go right here, maybe 7th chord. And you're just gonna go either up 2 or 3, literally just listen and see if it sounds off to you. But if we want, we can also do something like this. Might only sound good right here. And these are gonna sound probably a little bit sadder and more dark. So that's an option as well with your chords. Now it's time for the cool little chord trick. So basically, all you're gonna need to do is take your chord progression, pick out some other sounds. All the sounds you're gonna hear today are from my kit Lost Again, which is available as one-shots as well. And I just picked out a couple similar sounds. The first sound you're going to want to use, and this will just make things easier, is one sound you're gonna want to have kind of a sharper attack, which just means when you hit it, like you hear that kind of, I guess, that pluck sound. Then you'll want another sound that's a bit more ambient. So I'm just using the sound distant. So it's a lot softer when it comes in, right? And then you don't have to do this, but I think it sounds cool, especially when I'm about to show you this next little trick. You can also use an ARP. So I'm just using this ARP called Dreaming Forever from the pack. And a good way to see if this is going to sound good together is, of course, to just, have everything play at once. So a lot of people would just be like, okay, I'm good here. Let's move on to the next step. But you'd be missing out on something that makes your chord progression sound like nobody else's. It's not something you can do just using effects, and it's really, really easy to do, and it's free. So that's great. So all you'll want to do is go right here, right click, go to split channel, and then you'll want to turn each of these into its own audio file. And you can just highlight this, Control Alt C, and you'll just do this for all 3 of them. Now, basically what you're going to go in here and do is you're going to chop up different parts of the chords and kind of almost like Frankenstein it all together, but it's gonna sound really cool. So then you get something like this. which is a nice vibe and it's a nice little start here, but we're not done. Now if we just go select everything right into an audio file, then you can go and play around with it if you want. So you can do something like this and reverse it, which might sound cool. That sounds cool. Or maybe you can go throw some halftime on it. A little bit too dark, so maybe pitch it up right here. Yeah, nice, really dark vibe. Pitch it up some more, maybe. There you go. You got a vibe. Now, since we reversed it and we still want to use everything later, and that's one of the great things about this little trick, is you can restack the synths on that we were using earlier. You're just going to want to go into your synths, like click on this one right here, Control A, Alt Y to reverse it. We look right here, I moved it up 900 cents. That means I moved it up 9 notes on like a keyboard. So you can move it up 9, or technically you can move it down 3 and it'll sound good. In this case, I'm just gonna go down 3 because I can't hear. 1, 2, 3. And then reverse those chords. So now listen to the chords. It'll sound fine because of just how it's arranged. Nope, never mind. All right, so I just realized that I was missing a note. That's why that last chord sounds a little different. But no worries, all we have to do is literally just take this and copy it over because it's the same chord. Because we reversed it. Don't worry about it. Then you can just do the same thing for all the other instruments, obviously, as well. That's amazing. Shout out to me, honestly. Now you can add a melody over top of these chords, but for R&B, I usually don't, unless I use something like vocals. Maybe I'll use my own vocals, or you can also use something like Exhale, Arcade, just vocal chops, etc. The easiest one for me personally is going to just be Arcade. I'm going to open that up. So let's just figure out one. Distant Voices is a good one for R&B. Oh shit, it's frozen. No, don't do this to me. Oh no, no. Okay, we're good. We're good. All right, you know, you just gotta stay calm. Key for R&B vocals is filters and a lot of reverb. When I say filter, I'm just talking about like parametric EQ. I'll just fucking show you. So see, it's more like in the background texture. Modern R&B is like a lot of like textured sounds and whatnot. All right, so now let's just add a little bass, and then we're gonna add the drums and whatnot as well, because you know I'm gonna show you everything you need to know in this one. Hopefully this isn't too long. That's all you need to do is just go over the root notes that you're using earlier. That's really it for the bass line. You can play around with it a little bit, maybe add something right here, like go up, touch, you know, a note on one of these chords. All right, so drums, this is where a lot of you are probably gonna be like, I'm good, see you later. But you're not good, because I need to show you some things, all right? So for drums, really you can use trap drums, real sounding drums, whatever. Let me just throw these drums on and you can just kind of see what's going on. And then I'll tell you the little kind of specific, unique thing to R&B. And this drum kit is my drum kit demo. If you are wondering, there's a free version you can get in the description. It doesn't have most of the drums, but you know, it's free. So you can test it out. A quick, easy way to do R&B hi-hats, this is like a lower BPM, is you can literally do something like this if you wanted. What I like to do is just take out certain hi-hats. Go in here, play the velocities, so Control A and then R, randomize them a little bit, and then I'll mainly go in and kind of move stuff around because, you know, the vibe's important, so you want things to sound real and authentic with R&B. You don't want them to sound overly robotic. It's just not part of the genre. I guess, shit, I just be making shit up sometimes. I'm assuming not. Now we can add some kicks. It's like literally stupidly simple. Now for the cool stuff in regards to drums, aside from just trying to make them sound, you know, real and a little more authentic, what a lot of people do is they'll add like textures using like percussion. Let's just take, there's like a percussion loop here that you can use, but you know, feel free to use whatever you can. If you want to take things even a step further, you can add something like the ocean, some city ambiance, rain, etc. It's nice. It's not bad. Now let's just go and very quickly arrange this, and I want to show you specifically some stuff to make your intros kind of like hook the listener. If you've watched my video, I actually asked artists, like they pick stuff really quickly. So if you want them to pick your beats or even give it a chance to listen to them, you have to know how to hook them and kind of create interest with the intro. And let's just go and add all those other sounds back in as well, so we have more to work with. All right, so typically for my arrangements, I just copy everything out like this, and then to get it started, I just pick out what sound kind of interests me the most on its own, or what couple of sounds. So for R&B, I'll typically take all those out right there. Yeah, no, I don't need any of those. Maybe leave the arcade in. Actually, that'll probably be cool, because the arcade, the vocals, I don't know, something about vocals kind of, I feel like touches people in different ways. More specifically, let's go in and convert this to an audio file, and then let's actually drop this down an octave for the intro, so it sounds more moody and more dark. And I usually like some sort of like a pre-hook right here maybe, or you could go straight into the hook, but here I'll bring in like the bass or something. And then we go here, make this unique, and make it more simple. And then right before it drops in, we'll go here and cut everything out. Yeah, I like that better. Bring that synth in right here again. And maybe have that kind of repeat, then right before the chorus is about to come back in, do another kind of like fake out thing right here. We don't even need that there, I don't think. Now let's add a breakdown. Last thing, but this is my favorite moments of a song. I like to add them in all my own songs. We'll probably want the bass. I actually run with this one right here. Simpler bass. And probably just the vocals right here. Just take little parts of a song. Yeah, that sounds cool. Maybe take this out completely then. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Check out this video. I think it'll help you a lot, and I will see you soon. Peace.